we'll start to get these guys going. I'll get some of these overlays displayed for you guys. We got a night full of action-packed racing here at the Nashville Super Speedway. We appreciate you guys tuning in and joining with us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are live at the Nashville Super Speedway for the MRL Xfinity Series, race number 3, as you are on board looking with Alfonso Alcalidillo, the Toyota Supra number 85. Turning out his qualifying laps, trying to rip one down for the pole, see what he gets as he rips down the back straightaway. While these guys are going through, turning down their qualifying laps, I'll go ahead and start setting up some of these overlays. You guys enjoy what you're seeing. Alfonso Alcalidillo wraps up his one. We'll look on board with the number 4 car of Kevin Tonko's. See what he can turn from Hawthorne, New Jersey, driving his number 4 Goodwrench Chevrolet. 19-year-old soars down the backstretch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nashville Super Speedway. We'll go ahead and see if we can't get some kind of track information for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a slick mile and a third. Keyword there, mile and a third. Super Speedway might throw you off. A mile and a third racetrack is Kevin Tonko's. Will rise to third spot on the board, running a 30.75. Just not quite fast enough as Nicholas Maynard finishes up his. Soaring off the turn 4 right here. He'll round out in the 8th place spot. Everett Larson is currently on track as we'll tune in with him driving in the number 07 Food City Chevy Camaro as he rips into turn 1 right here. Excuse me, off turn 4. See what he can get. Can he go top board? No, he can't. Up the 3rd place spot, Everett Larson goes.
All right, guys.
See if there's anybody else.
Damage is on. Nope. No patch repairs. 2 sets of tires in the pit. You do have to.
So you hear the admin, Nicholas Maynard, talking over to these drivers, explaining to them what the rules are set here tonight. Again, ladies and gentlemen, here we look on at the 48 of Nick Crawford from Buchanan, West Virginia, driving the number 48 Queso's Chevy Camaro as he rounds out his qualifying stint in the 11th place spot as Connell Bolton will jump up to the 5th place spot. And his number 21 Toyota Supra, the 14-year-old Canadian, soaring off turn 2 here. Trying to throw down a burner lap. Can he rise to the top of the board in his beautiful Sound Gear paint scheme? As he'll take this car to the bottom of the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. This is a concrete surface. Very slick out here. The sun is beating down on the racetrack. Kind of cold out here tonight. We'll get a weather report for sure. As Connell Bolton crosses the line, where does he end up? Connell Bolton in P2. Just not quite fast enough, but a 30.63 to knock off the number 85. Previous winner of the MRL Xfinity Series, Alfonso Alcalidillo. Ladies and gentlemen, Alfonso Alcalidillo will be your race pole leader as we check out the qualifying results here. As Alfonso Alcalidillo, excuse me, that is practice. As Alfonso Alcalidillo, fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. Connell Bolton in the 21 starting 2nd. Everett Larson in the 07 starting 3rd. Chase Showtime Johnson rounding out in the 4th spot. Kevin Tonko's in the 5th spot. The number 8 car of Corey Tesler will be rounding out the 6th spot. The number 56 Chevy Camaro of George Stetson in the 7th. James Fountain and his BDB race team, number 24 Chevy Camaro. Rounding out the 9th spot will be the kid Nicholas Maynard and his Booty Scoot Racing Toyota Super Machine. Looking for redemption after getting a wreck last 2 weeks Xfinity race at Vegas 2 laps in. Carter Jackson, CJ Rising Sun Racing, and his number 10 car is out here making his MRL Xfinity debut. Along with Nick Crawford in the 48 Chevy Queso Camaro from Montmini Motorsports. His partner Montmini not here to make it tonight. Nick Crawford will round out in the 11th place spot. And ladies and gentlemen, as we'll Pull it back up here one more time. We get you back out. Poncho McDowell rounding out the 12th place spot. Tony Cook rounding out the 13th spot. Sean Williams in the 14th. Sean Stamper, in the 15th. Jacob Tanko's in the 16th. And Bobby Kyle rounding out the back of the field with no qualifying lap posted. But while we're up here looking, see if we can't get some of these guys to get out on the grid. We'll check out some of these beautiful paint schemes, do a starting lineup. Till then, we'll take a moment of silence for all the veterans that have fallen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome back to the MRL Xfinity Series. You are watching the www.napdaddyracing.com 200 live from the Nashville Super Speedway, iRacing's finest. As we have about 18 drivers here in the MRL Xfinity Series trying to lock themselves into the MRL Xfinity playoff. John Michael Bryant. See if we can't pull up John Michael Bryant real quick. I'm hearing from the admin, John Michael Bryant did not make it tonight, so your Daytona winner already locked in is not here. So we'll go ahead and show a little bit of love to tonight's pole leader. Already locked himself into the MRL Xfinity Series playoffs with his win 2 weeks ago at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Scootin' 250. Take it to Vegas. Alfonso Claudio, and he is your pole leader again here today, ladies and gentlemen, as the guys are out on the pole. Starting on the pole tonight will be Alfonso Claudio in the number 85 Toyota Supra. Starting at the second place spot from Verona, Ontario, Canada, the 14-year-old driving the number 21 Toyota Supra, Connell Bolton. Rounding out the third place spot, the 14-year-old driving the 07 Food City Chevy Camaro, Everett Larson. Starting in the fourth place spot tonight, driving the number 5 W Chevy Camaro from Greer, South Carolina, MRL's Kyle Larson, Showtime Chase Johnson. Rounding out the top 5 spot tonight, driving the number 4 Chevy Camaro, Goodrich, number 4, Kevin Tankos. Starting in the 5th spot tonight, driving the, looks like the Red Bull Oracle, number 24 Chevy Camaro, again will be from Greenville, South Carolina, James Fountain. Starting in the 8th spot tonight, we'll be driving the number 56 from Alcola, Florida, George Stetson. Starting in the 8th spot tonight, driving the number 10 from Gata, Carter Jackson. Starting in the 10th place spot tonight, driving the number 69 Chevy Camaro, as always from Greenville, South Carolina, Poncho McDowell. Rounding out the 11th place spot tonight, driving the number 48 from Buchanan, West Virginia, Nick Crawford. And just in front of him, I skipped over the 10th place spot. Starting in the 10th place spot would be the 02 Toyota Supra of the kid, Nicholas Maynard. Starting in the 13th spot will be the number 33 Home Run Cafe machine of Tony Cook, Sean Stamper, and Bobby Kyle will round out the back of the field. But before we start there, Alfonso Claudio will lead them to the green flag. And we are off racing in the Nashville Super Speedway. Green flag is in the air, folks, here at the Nashville Super Speedway. As Alfonso Claudio, the number 85, leads them on the bottom side of the racetrack. The number 21 of Connell Bolton battles on the outside. As we look on with the battle between the 8 car and the 4 car of Corey Tesner and Kevin Tankos, battling, throwing it down in the turn 3 and 4. Alfonso Claudio and Connell Bolton going at it for the race lead here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got an action-packed 100-lap event for you tonight. We're only just now getting started. It's Connell Bolton will stay in the middle of the racetrack. He'll bring it down the door of the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. They'll race hard off turn 2. We take a look back through the field with number 56 of George Stetson. It's fell off one spot, trying to give a spot in for the number 4 car, Kevin Tankos. He's battling back. It's a beautiful looking race car he's driving. It's Corey Tesler be on the outside. Kevin Tankos makes a move on the inside. Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey, driving the number 4 Goodrich Chevrolet Camaro. As you look at him right there, making a pass on the number 8 Corey Riptide Tesner. Down the back straightaway they soar. We've already talked about the key to tonight's race is going to be keeping up with this racetrack temperature and this concrete surface. The hotter it gets, the slicker it'll get. The colder it gets, the grippier it'll get. 2 guys are in the wall. It'll be Chase Johnson and James Fountain in the wall up here. as they're battling out side by side. James Fountain, the Greenville, South Carolina native. Greenville stand up. Putting it all together. See what he's got on his machine as he chases down this number 5W Chevy Camaro of Chase Johnson. We'll look on board Chase Johnson as well. Just easy, nice and smooth on the gas and the brake. Don't want to slide those right rears and abuse it as he tries to chase down the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. Connell Bolton is your leader, 5 laps in the MRL Xfinity Series, NapDaddyRacing.com 200. The 14-year-old from Ontario, Canada, stretching his lead out to about not much of a gap, about a little less than a second, excuse me there. Everett Larson will fall into the second place spot. Alfonso Claudio, Las Vegas winner, already locked himself into the MRL Xfinity playoffs. Round out the third place spot. Chase Johnson will sit into the fourth place spot. James Fountain will round out the top 5. As Connell Bolton gets a little loose out of the corner, Everett Larson all over the back bumper. Can Everett Larson get a run down the front stretch? Here comes Alfonso Claudio. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 17 guys here tonight trying to battle for a spot in the night's playoffs. We look upon the 24 car, James Fountain, soaring down the back straightaway. These guys giving it everything they had. Ladies and gentlemen, this MRL Racing Group is a free-to-race, free-to-join league here on the iRacing series, on the iRacing Network, live on the Booty Scoot Racing Network. Make sure you go ahead and send us a DM. Make sure you like that video. If you're looking for it, you found it. You're right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll go 8 laps in. We'll take our first break. Welcome back into the MRL Xfinity Series, NapDaddyRacing.com 200, live from the Nashville Super Speedway here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Lebanon, Tennessee. As we are 10 laps in, Connell Bolton in the 21 Chevy Camaro is out. Sound Gears Camaro is out front. But not far behind him is the 07 of Everett Larson, all over his back bumper, trying to make something shake off turn 4. It'll be Bolton, Larson, Claudio, Showtime Johnson, and Fountain, the top 5. Tankos, Tesner, Stetson, and Maynard. Jackson as well will round out the top 10. As we've had nothing but a bunch of action-packed racing here tonight, James Fountain continues to try to find his way in the middle side of the racetrack. We tuned into his driver radio, said it was getting a little loose on that bottom side of the racetrack as he keeps it down there. As we'll look upon this battle right here with the number 8 car of Corey Tesner. Corey Riptide Tesner trying to give it everything he's got, trying to make something shake right here. Corey Tesner will put the bumper and get around the number 56 of George Stetson. Will George Stetson fight back here? So we'll throw up tonight's first battle box for 5th place. Everybody's around to get picked up for it, but George Stetson and Corey Tesner all over each other for the 5th place spot. Excuse me, for the 7th place spot. Corey Riptide Tesner on the middle side of the racetrack. Easy on the gas. Well, he'll gas it up early on that top side. Get the run off turn 2. Will he pass George Stetson on the inside? Down the back straightaway, side by side. You can really start to tell George Stetson's car is starting to get a little bit tight as he's getting to the corner, as he's having to brake a little earlier to Corey Riptide Tesner. Riptide Tesner to the top side of the racetrack. Can he clear him off the front straightaway? Yes, he can. If we look above here, we got a battle for the third, fourth place spot between Showtime Chase Johnson and the 85 of Alfonso Claudio. These two guys going at it. If they had chased down the second and first place guys of Everett Larson and Connell Bolton, run for your lives. Here comes Chase Johnson. $15 laps down here. You look up on the top four drivers here in the MRL Xfinity NapDaddyRacing.com 200. As these guys are ripping and giving everything they got, putting bumpers to each other, door banging. As you look upon the 5W Chevy Camaro of Chase Showtime Johnson, trying to save a little bit of tire, but try to apply some pressure as Connell Bolton cannot seem to get a lead out front as we are 16 laps down. Caution free here at the Nashville Super Speedway. We have yet to have one. Don't jinx it. 16 laps down. We're looking at a crazy battle with the number 5 of Chase Johnson and Alfonso Claudio. Alfonso Claudio will look to the inside of Everett Larson, but he'll think better of it. Everett Larson closes the door. Alfonso Claudio, Chase Johnson, and James Fountain trying to chase down the two front. Alfonso Claudio looks like he'll be there. Will he make a move into turn one? Everett Larson looks like he's battling a loose, tight race car. I'm not sure as he's up the racetrack right there. Alfonso Claudio will get his quarter panel. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway. Alfonso Claudio, last week, 2 weeks ago's winner at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, locked himself into the MRL playoff. Is on the middle side of the racetrack. Will he take it to the apron here? Chase Johnson will put it to his bumper and push him across the line. Can they clear the number 07 of Everett Larson into turn one? Chase Johnson making sure that these two can race side by side, and that's what he wants to see. Can Everett Larson power back? Chase Johnson will move to the top side of the racetrack. What a battle for the third place spot. Door bang from the 07 of Everett Larson into the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. Meanwhile, while these guys are battling, Connell Bolton in the 21 has yet to pull his lead out. Not sure if he's just battling race car problems or racetrack issues. We'll have to tune in and keep an eye on them as we're 19 laps down. These tires should be starting to get nice and hot. Starting to slick off here as Connell Bolton leads 19 laps into the Nashville Super Speedway. Chase Johnson door to door with Everett Larson off turn 4 across the front stretch. Who's going to get to the line? It looks like Chase Johnson will make the lap right there for third place. Can he clear him into turn 1? Showtime Chase Johnson on the bottom side of the racetrack of Everett Larson. Everett Larson starting up top. These two guys giving it all they got. Will he clear him down the back stretch? He will. James Fountain is loving what he's seeing in front of him. These two guys putting on an absolute show. But meanwhile, we won't skip from the guys that we have in the back. Here's, if we look up on the number 25 of Sean Williams from Eats Windsor and his Mellow Yellow Machine. Trying to chase down the number 10 of Carter Jackson and his Ford Mustang. And they're on the bottom side of the racetrack. Carter gets a little loose, trying to apex that corner as these tires are really starting to affect these guys. And here comes the 25 on the outside of Sean Williams. Will he get a run? He's trying to make the pass on the inside. He'll look middle. It's a nice battle. We'll see if we can't get an aerial view somewhere. Corey Riptide Tesner continues to sit here and lead in front of this pack of the 02 of Nicholas Maynard and George Stetson. Nicholas Maynard taken out on lap 2 last 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas. Never even had a shot to race along with half the field. Trying to put something together here tonight. The Welford, South Carolina stand-up is your guy. Close the door on the 56 of George Stetson. We got a battle on for the 9th place spot. As we check out back front, Alfonso Claudio has closed the distance even more on the 21 of Cornell Bolton. Chase Johnson overdrives the corner a little bit, gets up the racetrack. He'll get it back in gear. Look behind him. Here comes James Fountain on the inside of Everett Larson. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like what you're seeing, you better go somewhere else. The Booty Scoot Racing channel has it all. You are live as Cornell Bolton continues to lead 24 laps into the MRL Xfinity. www.napdaddyracing.com. 200 at Nashville. Everett Larson is just going to concede to James Fountain and give it up. That's all he's got. Chase Johnson continues to fall back from the leaders of Alfonso Claudio. If we look upon Corey Tesner in the 7th place spot, along with Nicholas Maynard and George Stetson, still back there fighting it out. Look at these guys. George Stetson gets a little loose going into turn 1. Nicholas Maynard in the middle side of the racetrack. Nicholas Maynard starting the 10th place spot up to the 8th place spot, not moving too well in his Maynard Motors machine. Looking for a caution where his first pit stops, he can make an adjustment on it. He dives down into turn 3 and 4, trying to make something shake. Can he get to the back bumper of the number 8 car of Corey Tesner as they come down the front stretch across the line? As we go to the chopper view, you're looking at the number 24 of James Fountain, Corey Tesner, and Nicholas Maynard not far behind trailing. Kevin Tanko's trying his hardest on the inside of Everett Larson. Can he get there? Bringing out his inner Dale Earnhardt. He'll concede for this lap, but we'll keep an eye on this battle here as we'll take our first break. We'll watch them for the battle for the 6th place spot. Welcome back into the Booty Scoot Racing channel live on TikTok. If you see it here and you like it, go ahead and give a follow, give the stream a like, and go ahead and shoot us a DM. This is the MRL Madness Racing League Xfinity Series live from the Nashville Super Speedway. We are 28 laps in, and you are currently looking at a battle for the 6th place spot between the 07 of Everett Larson and Kevin Tankos in the 4 car. These two guys have been battling out for the last couple laps. So we'll look on for another battle. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina is trying to hawk in the number 5 is Showtime Chase Johnson. These guys giving us a show out here. We're 29 laps in. Let's see who's going to make the first pit stop call. While these guys are battling it out front, Alfonso Claudio has passed the race leader of Cornell Bolton, approaching the lap traffic car of Nick Crawford in the number 48 Queso's Camaro car. There's Nick Crawford. There's the leader of Alfonso Claudio. You better run, Nick. He's coming. Alfonso Claudio finding himself where he left off at Las Vegas, and that's out front here 30 laps in the Xfinity Series in the Madness Racing League. Already locked himself in, just looking to add another win in the bank and keep adding these points to his total score with these laps led. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a top 5 round out right here. It'll be Alfonso Claudio is your race leader. Cornell Bolton in the 21 Toyota Supra will be in the 2nd place spot. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina, battling door to door with Showtime Chase Johnson for the 3rd place spot. We'll keep it here for a brief second and we'll approach the lap car. Will Chase Johnson make something happen here in the turn 3? James Fountain, Chase Johnson battling it out for the 3rd and 4th place spot. Here in the Nashville Super Speedway at the Madness Racing League, Kevin Tankos in 5th place. Everett Larson in 6th place. Started in 2nd place. He's falling off here late as lap traffic continues to fall through the starting lineup here. Nicholas Maynard put a pass on this 8 car of Corey Tesner. These guys battling it out. Corey Tesner gets on the apron, gets a little tight. He'll send it up the racetrack. That'll allow Nicholas Maynard to pull away from him. It'll be Maynard, Tesner, Stetson fighting for the 7th place spot. Nicholas Maynard looks like he'll get it nice and neatly. He'll drive off the corner. Nicholas Maynard's car is starting to come to life as he's trying to put something together to see what he can do. Meanwhile, James Fountain is under attack again from the number 5 W Chevy Camaro of Chase Showtime Johnson. As we continue to look back here, George Stetson gets a little loose off the corner. Pull up some of the lap times for these two guys right here fighting for the 9th and 10th spot, Carter Jackson and George Stetson. Should have refreshed right here as we got the 48 of Nick Crawford in the wall. Going a lap down, falling through the field here, trying to nurse it home for a caution. I think something might be broke where he's just fighting his tires, 1 and the 2. They'll be 3 wide right here off the corner. George Stetson tries to roll it up to the back bumper. This 8 car of Corey Riptide Tesner. Corey Tesner looks to the inside of Nicholas Maynard. It's on, folks. 35 laps in here at Nashville Superspeedway. Nicholas Maynard and Corey Tesner are going at it, folks, off turn 2 down the back straightaway. It'll be Riptide Tesner and the kid Maynard on the top. Nicholas Maynard rolls that nice. Oh, and Nicholas Maynard will look to the inside. Corey Tesner fights hard on the outside of the racetrack. Who's going to give an inch first? Corey Tesner and Nicholas Maynard side by side down the back straightaway. These guys are putting on a show for you folks live on the Booty School Racing TikTok channel. George Stetson says, I got a bumper I want to play too. Don't look far behind him. Here comes the 10 car of Carter Jackson. He's like, I want to play. But not far behind him, Sean Williams is looking to trumbo and stump if he can. But first, they'll have to get through Nicholas Maynard and Corey Riptide Tesner as they continue to fight on the outside. Corey Tesner to the top side of the racetrack. That'll cost him a bit of momentum. Nicholas Maynard will slide up and top in front of him off turn 2. Nicholas Maynard has come from the 10th place spot up to the 7th place spot, putting on a clinic. Will he pull away from the 8 car? He'll see if Corey Tesner can fight back. Looks like Corey Tesner is going to concede and let his tires cool. He said, I'll catch you on the flip side of the back end. We continue to look up front. Chase Johnson and Kevin Tankos battle it out for the 4th place spot. James Fountain not far behind him, trying to make some noise himself. It looks like he's falling off late here as we approach lap 39 of the Nashville Superspeedway NapDaddyRacing.com 200. We got action everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, we'll go ahead and we'll tune it up and we'll go with the night's first Booty Scooter Racing Fast and Loud. as you get a good look at Nicholas Maynard, nice and focused inside of his race car as we come back from our first MRL Xfinity Series, Fast and Loud. As Corey Tesner gets it knocked into the back by George Stetson and saves his race car. What a save by Corey Riptide Tesner. After getting a little shove from George Stetson, that looks like he gave him a little bit of mo. Will he come to the 10 of Carter Jackson? What will he do? He'll concede and won't put the bumper to him as Corey Tesner's ass end of his race car looks to be torn up in some kind of mischievous, odd way. We'll see what we can't see out of it. There it is. There's a nice look. Corey Tesner will drive up to the back bumper of the 10 of Carter Jackson and give him the bump. Corey Tesner is not happy with the way that he has been raced back here with these guys. Corey Tesner giving it everything he's got. So we keep our eye on these battles back here in the back of the pack. We'll shoot back to the front real quick. Alfonso Claudio is your race leader again. He led majority of the last 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas in the Scooting 250 taking to Vegas. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He continues to dominate here. 44 laps in to the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 at Nashville Super Speedway, but not far behind him. It's the 21 car of Connell Bolton. The Canadian, his 21 Toyota Supra, just trying to push it back and save something. Hopefully, Claudio right there in front of him can drop down sometime. But right now, Kevin Tankos is all over the back bumper of Greer, South Carolina. Chase Johnson trying to make some noise. These two Chevy teammates battling out. Not teammates, Chevy teammates. As Hawthorne, New Jersey step up. Kevin Tankos is here to play today. Kevin Tankos looks in the middle side of the racetrack. He'll try to pull it to the back right quarter panel of Chase Showtime Johnson. Can he get there? He won't. But see if he can't get a momentum from the drive to the 24 car of James Fountain behind him. James Fountain will stay in the middle side of the racetrack. These two guys putting on an absolute show for you folks. As Carter Jackson slides up to behind the 02 car of Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard still on the move here up to the 7th place spot. Can he track down the 07 of Everett Larson and make himself go to the 6th place spot? Looks like we might have a battle here. These guys adjusting on the brake bias, trying to keep the balance of the race car up underneath them. Don't want to slide the tires here on this concrete surface here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Everett Larson leading this backpack from the backpack half of the group here as they try to catch the front half. Nicholas Maynard in the 02 right behind him in the 7th place spot. Everett Larson in the 6th place spot. That'll be Carter Jackson in the 8th place spot. Sean Williams in the 9th place spot. George Stetson in the 10th place spot. And not trailing far behind will be the 33 of Tony Cook. Haven't talked much tonight about the number 33 Chevy Camaro of Tony Cook. If you're in Greer, South Carolina, make sure you go check out the Home Run Cafe for the best hot dogs in town. The Hot Dog Cafe, Home Run Cafe, excuse me, owner right here, Tony Cook. Be sure to hook you up with the best hot dogs in town. You guys go check him out as he runs in the 10th place spot here, 48 laps into the MRL Xfinity Series. It's Corey Tesner, after being hit in the ass end by the number 56 of George Stetson. Got a little bit of damage, trying to keep the race car and nurse it home to a vein. Look like Tony Cook is going to come down on pit road and start the green flag pit stop for us. See what happens here. Go back to what we're saying. Corey Tesner got a little bit of ass end damage as you see him go around right there. Just trying to nurse it home here to the green flag starts. We should be coming up here in the next 4 to 5 laps. If I believe here. There's no way these guys can go 60 laps on gas. There's just, I'm almost certain. The number 10 of Carter Jackson is trying to approach the back bumper of the 02 of Nicholas Maynard and Everett Larson, still battling it out. It's the kid of Nicholas Maynard will ride it in on the middle side of the racetrack. A little harder than usual. He'll clear the 07 by a mile. The 02 of Nicholas Maynard has back found his way into the top 5. Right before green flag stops, it seems to be, as George Stetson is on pit road. Chase Johnson. Connell Bolton, the second place driver, has closed up the gap with Alfonso Claudio. Looks like there is a caution on the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. Caution on the racetrack. Not sure what happened there. So I have to go back and take a look. Had to be some of the guys that was on pit road right there. Not sure what happened. So we'll go to the most exciting. Not sure where the caution came out at or who wrecked or. Poncho McDowell coming around. Tony Cook seemed to be doing just fine. Nick Crawford as well. Oh, Bobby Kyle. Let's go back here. Bobby Kyle coming across the racetrack. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We might have found our incident right here between Bobby Kyle and the 777 BKM Toyota Supra from Arnersville, Georgia. Him and Corey Tesner look like they might tangle. Let's check it out right here. Let's take a look. And Corey Tesner gets into the back end of the 777 of Bobby Kyle. Arnersville, Georgia, Bobby Kyle. See if we can get one more look at that, get a better angle. Not sure what happened there with Corey Tesner. It looked like he ran him right over. See if we can't ride on that cockpit right beside Corey Tesner and kind of see what he's seeing and get a better judgment. Oh, it looks like Bobby Kyle and the 777 accidentally parked it, trying to get down the pit road when he's seen them guys start the green flag stops. Ladies and gentlemen, we did say the green flag pit stops were on the way. And these guys all pull down the pit road and wreck. Bring out the first caution 50 laps in of the MRL Xfinity Series NapDaddyRacing.com 200 at Nashville Super Speedway. Alfonso Claudio is your leader as he catches the pace car. He continues to lead. Continuing his dominating show that he put on 2 weeks ago at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, as he won that race and locked himself into the playoffs as these guys catch the pace car. We should see our first pit stops of the night. We are 51 laps in with our first caution. We'll be right back. We roll on the pit road here. Alfonso Claudio will lead them down. Connell Bolton will be in second. James Fountain in third. Kevin Tanko's in fourth, and Nicholas Maynard in fifth. It's Nicholas Maynard will pull down pit road here. We'll see what he'll do. See if they'll go 4 tires or 2 tires. He'll pull into his box. His crews will hop the wall. These guys will throw the jack onto the right side of the race car. They'll jack it up. The right side tires will come off the race car. They'll put the right sides on. They'll drop the jack and head over to the left side. Where they put the left side tires on? They will. It'll be a 4-tire stop and gas for the 0-2 car of Nicholas Maynard. The race off pit road. Who will win it first? Will it be Corey Tesner? Will it be Everett Larson? Will it be James Fountain? Who's going to get it? It looks like it'll be Alfonso Claudio. He's going to win the race off pit road. Continue to lead here. James Fountain gains a couple positions, finds himself up in the second place spot. Nicholas Maynard comes out in the third place spot. Hell of a stop by the 0-2 car of Nicholas Maynard. Hopefully he made an adjustment, can make that car come to life. Kevin Tankos comes out in the fourth place spot. Everett Larson in the 5th place spot. Sean Williams will run out in the 6th place spot. Connell Bolton from Ontario, Canada, the Canadian, will round out the 7th place spot. Sean Stamper, haven't talked a lot about him tonight. Gadsden, Alabama, Sean Stamper and his 09 Patriotic Uncle Sam scheme. Doing what he's got to do. His pit boys showing up to work today. Get him out in the 6th place spot. Sean Williams and his number 25 Chevy's Meliello Camaro will come out in the 7th place spot. Connell Bolton goes from the 2nd place spot to the 8th place spot. Just a disastrous stop for him. Showtime Chase Johnson, same as well. He loses 5 spots on pit road. Poncho McDowell will gain 2 spots on pit road. Greenville, South Carolina. Stand up. Make sure you get out Poncho McDowell at Poncho on TikTok for free custom, not free, but custom paint schemes for here on iRacing. George Stetson will be in the 11th place spot as drove his ass off tonight trying to get back up in the top 5 after a little bit of contact with Corey Riptide Tesner. Bobby Kyle has just turned around, brought out the first caution, was spun by the 8 car right there of Corey Tesner, excuse me. No damage to the 777. Tony Cook will round out the 15th spot. Nick Crawford in the 16th spot, and Corey Tesner will be at the tail of the field here. As he catches in, still got a little bit of ass end damage. George Stetson will drop to the back. Look, they got a speeding on pit road penalty. He'll go to the back here. Alfonso Claudio, still your leader here. 53 laps into the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 at Nashville Superspeedway. We come to the restart cone here. Looks like James Fountain will take the outside. Alfonso Claudio will take the inside. As Alfonso Claudio is our race leader as these guys pick their spots. Been a bunch of action-packed racing. We're 50 laps in before we had our first caution. Alfonso Claudio out front, continuing to dominate and doing what he does best. James Fountain in second, Nicholas Maynard in third, Kevin Tankos in fourth, and Everett Larson in fifth. Followed by Sean Williams, Sean Stampert, and Connell Bolton. Poncho McDowell, Corey Tesner, and Carter Jackson. Bobby Kyle, Showtime Chase Johnson, George Stetson, and then Tony Cook's catching the tail end of the field. Here comes Nick Crawford. These guys get themselves put back on the lead lap here. It's Peter the Pace car working double overtime this week for the MRL series. If you missed it on Monday night, so did everybody else. We cannot believe that we were corrupted out of that beautiful race we had Monday night and the files were corrupted. But Peter the Pace car will pull down and Alfonso Claudio will pull up and lead them back to the restart zone. We are back green. James Fountain looks like he gets a terrible restart. Might have shifted gear. But Nicholas Maynard will capitalize on it. He'll dive to the inside part of the racetrack. James Fountain gets a little loose off turn 2. He'll try to fall back in the spot. Find his spot behind the number 4 of Kevin Tankos. Nicholas Maynard on the inside of the racetrack. Kevin Tankos on the outside, trying to make something straight. James Fountain on the inside, fighting back hard down the front stretch. Nicholas Maynard starting in the 10th place spot has come up after a great pit stop to the 3rd place spot. Rolling turn 2 very well. Can he get a run down the back straightaway? Looks like he will. He's closing the distance. Nicholas Maynard will break early. Look, he'll try to save a little something for somebody else. We got single file action all the way through the pack, ladies and gentlemen. 56 laps down of the MRL Xfinity Series 200, Nap Daddy 200 at Nashville. These guys giving it everything they got. It's been nothing but action-packed racing here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, you found it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, home of the MRL iRacing Series, as well as along with the Top Side Dirt Racing League Super Late Models debuting this Wednesday night. Make sure you're there. Along with the I-85 Late Model Stock Series debuting on Thursday. Make sure you're there as well for that, right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Give us a follow. Give us a like. If you want to be here in this league, go ahead and DM MRL Madness Racing League on TikTok. Or shoot us here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel an invite or DM, and we'll get you in the league. As we are 3 wide in the Nashville, James Fountain will stick it in where he doesn't belong, but he'll make it fit. James Fountain gets a run off turn 2. Well, turn 4, excuse me. Alfonso Claudio starting to come off the bottom side of that racetrack. Nicholas Maynard continuing his roll to the middle side of the racetrack. Not sure if he found something there. There's a number 21 of Connell Bolton to get moved up the racetrack. James Fountain's there again, but he'll think better. James Fountain giving the bumper to the 21 of Connell Bolton. Everett Larson will turn the 21 car of Connell Bolton hard into the wall. Connell Bolton hard into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Let's back that ass up and get a better look at what happened right there. Connell Bolton goes firewall deep into the outside safer barrier off the front bumper of the 14-year-old of the 07 of Everett Larson. Let's get a better look here. We'll throw it in slow motion. It looks like the 07 of Everett Larson on the outside is just trying to get to that right rear quarter panel to make sure he can get some momentum off the corner, and will just hook the 21 of Connell Bolton hard into the outside wall. Let's back it up again and see if we can't get a better angle of inside that race car, maybe. See how hard of a hit he took. Connell Bolton holds his line on the bottom side of the racetrack. Brutal hit for the 14-year-old from Ontario, Canada. The Canadian put out late here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a brutal hit. And we are under caution again for the second time here tonight in just 8 short laps. Ladies and gentlemen, these drivers went 50-something laps, almost getting ready to start the green flag pit stops, and somebody wrecked on pit road, brought out the first caution, and now we have another wreck as Connell Bolton goes around. Let's see if we can't get a better angle of that race car on pit road if it's still there. There it is. It's trashed, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over, kind of messed up. As Connell Bolton is taken out here 60 laps in off the front bumper of the 07 of Everett Larson. Check out Everett Larson's race car. It'll be the 07 Food City Camaro that comes by right here. It doesn't look like he has much damage. Looks like he'll escape away from there. And I know for sure Connell Bolton will not be happy with him after the race. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. That's right. 61 laps down here at the MRL Xfinity Series, NapDaddyRacing.com, 200 live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on TikTok. Make sure you go ahead and press that follow button, press that like button. Make sure you leave a comment down there. Tell us what you think of the broadcast. All your reviews are greatly appreciated. This is a free-to-join, free-to-race iRacing League. Race every other Monday and Saturday night right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Excuse me. If you like what you see, go ahead, like I said, drop that follow button. We'll get you in here. Free to race, free to join. Follow us on YouTube. This race will be posted there after the fact. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to have to go through Alfonso Claudio as he continues to put on a dominating performance, leading about 30 so laps here so far tonight, adding all those 30 points to his total score, racking up his lead as Nicholas Mader in the 02 car and his Toyota Supra has started in the 10th place spot, come all the way up to the 3rd place spot after an incredible pit stop for 4 tires from his crew, put him in a great track position. He's up 7 spots from where he started, trying to make something shake. He'll be on the outside here, starting in the 3rd place spot. It'll be the number 4 Chevy Camaro, good wrench of Kevin Tango's, in the 24 car, starting in the 4th place spot right here, will be James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina. James got a little early on that last restart. Couldn't quite get going. He's going to try to straighten it up right here and get his track position back. He had a dominating car to start the race, and starting to fall off since then. He'll be restarting in the 4th spot here. Everett Larson will be rounding out the top 5 here. Another guy we want to make sure we don't want to throw under the bus here tonight, again, is Sean Stamper. Haven't talked much about him tonight, along with Nick Crawford. Went down a lap early. He's back on the lead lap. Connell Bolton continues to sit on pit road, as you see him right over there. It is trashed race cars. These guys have put on an absolute clinic and an absolute beautiful show for you guys here live on the TikTok Racing channel. Live on TikTok on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, excuse me. As we are under caution for the second time, 62 laps in, they'll come to the choose cone, and we'll be right back. Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. We are 63 laps down on the MRL Xfinity Series NapDaddyRacing.com 200. Doing our pit review right there after the fact. Chase Johnson was trapped a lap down there, as we've seen, as he got caught on pit road when the caution came out on that first green flag stop cycle. He's found his way back up on the lead lap in the 8th place spot. See what he can do. See if he can get his race car back in business. Showtime Chase Johnson. There he is in his Chevy Camaro. Alfonso Claudio back out front. Nicholas Maynard on the outside. James Fountain in 3rd. Kevin Tanko's in 4th. As Peter the pace car will pull off on the pit road for hopefully the final time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Alfonso Claudio will read them back to the restart zone. And we are green again from Nashville. Alfonso Claudio, Sean Williams, and Everett Larson trying to make something shake, trying to get to the front. As they soar off into turn 2, up down the back straightaway. That'll be Chase Johnson on the top side of the race. No, excuse me, Poncho McDowell on the top side of the racetrack, trying to make something shake. Not sure if he got scooted out of the groove there. Bobby Kyle on the inside of him as well. It's Nicholas Maynard all over the inside of Alfonso Claudio for the race win, for the race lead. Nicholas Maynard to the inside of the leader of Alfonso Claudio as they dive off into turn 1. Down the backstretch, Alfonso Claudio on the backstretch, Nicholas Maynard on the inside. Here comes James Fountain on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll send it into turn 3. Nicholas Maynard puts the gas down. He'll drive off of turn 4 to the lead. Nicholas Maynard has driven from 10th place all the way up to the 1st place spot after a great pit strategy, pit call from his pit crew on pit road, and has found his way to the lead as he pulls away from Alfonso Claudio down the backstretch. James Fountain looking to the left rear quarter panel. Alfonso Claudio trying to get there. Can he get there? And I can officially say the lights are on here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Nashville Super Speedway. We are under the lights for the final 43 laps here at the MRL Xfinity NapDaddyRacing.com 200. It'll be Maynard, Claudio, Fountain, Tankos, and Showtime Johnson, the top 5. We got a battle going on back here for the 5th place spot between Chase Johnson and the 25 of Sean Williams. Is trapped on the outside of Everett Larson on the inside. Be careful. Chase Johnson trying to get his machine to come alive, trying to find the balance on that race car. He told me if he had a chance late, he felt like he could put something together. He put a lot of practice in here on the sim. He said, look like he's starting to pay off for him as he'll pull up to the back bumper of Kevin Tanko's in turn 3. Alfonso Claudio has went from the race lead, ladies and gentlemen, down to the 3rd place spot. James Fountain trying to run down the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. Can he do it? As you peep on the bottom right side of your corner, when they come back into view, Corey Tesner in the tank car of Carter Jackson going at it back here, throwing slide jobs. The Budweiser Ford Mustang. Will he go back down on the bottom side of the racetrack? Corey Tesner will close the door and set sail away from the 10 car of Carter Jackson, but Carter Jackson will put the power down. Corey Tesner in the wall. What a save by Corey Tesner. Corey Riptide Tesner in the number 8 has made several damn good saves tonight. Wheeling that damn Camaro with damage on the ass end, trying to nurse it home. Needs another caution. Can he get it? Chase Johnson is on a move right now with the 25 of Sean all on his back bumper of Sean Williams, excuse me. Can he make something shake? Corey Tesner in the wall again. Chase Johnson trying to put something together. He is on a roll right now. Chase Johnson has seemed to must have made some kind of weight adjustment to that race car as it's starting to turn good, and his W. Dude White's number 5 Chevy Camaro soars down the back straightaway, trying to make something shake. As the laps start to close here, 71 completed of 100 at the Nashville Super Speedway. Nicholas Maynard is your leader out front. It'll be Maynard, Fountain, Claudio, Tankos, and Chase Johnson. That'll be your top 5. 72 laps complete. Can anyone catch the kid? Kevin Tankos, with one of his better runs of the year so far, and his good-written Chevy Camaro finding himself in the 4th place spot. He's going to get a run to the back bumper of the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. He'll think better. He'll try to arc the corner, save a little bit of tire. As Alfonso Claudio is trying to rip it through the corner, he wants his spot back. Trying to repeat here in the MRL Xfinity Series. It's Nicholas Maynard has converted to the top side of the racetrack, starting to pull away from the 24 car James Fountain. 75 laps down here. The NapDaddyRacing.com 274 laps, excuse me. We got a battle for the lead here. Can James Fountain get there as he closes the door off turn 2? Down the backstretch, James Fountain. Looks like it's got a little later lifting point. Rolling a corner better than the 0-2 car. The 0-2 just trying to run the bottom of the racetrack. Fighting for his life. 75 laps completed now. 26 laps to go. Alfonso Claudio in the 3rd place spot. Got Kevin Tankos all over his back bumper. Oh, we got a massive wreck back here, ladies and gentlemen. The caution is going to fly. That is the number 56 of George Stetson and Bobby Kyle from Arnoldsville, Georgia. That is the 2nd wreck tonight for Bobby Kyle and George Stetson. Did get into the ass end of Corey Tesner earlier. Both of these guys been involved in some kind of accident. Let's back that ass up. Bobby Kyle and George Stetson get together, and that was a massive shot right there. Let's take a look. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back to that. Bobby Kyle and George Stetson tangle off turn 1. Looks like Bobby Kyle and a net code strikes. Trampoline bounce for the number 7777 of Bobby Kyle. George Stetson takes a massive hit too. We'll back it up. We'll take one more look at it. Kind of see what happened. We're right along with the 56 here. He was on the bottom side of the racetrack. Seemed to be minding his own business. And then just finds himself head on into the wall. Boom! What a massive shot. Knocking the hood pins right off the race car. Is going to be the end of the day for George Stetson and possibly Bobby Kyle as well. Arnoldsville, Georgia. Bobby Kyle is done for the day. Pack your stuff and take it home. Just a bad day for Bobby Kyle. Not seeing things to go his way. But it's all okay, ladies and gentlemen. We are 25 laps here remaining. Nicholas Maynard is your race leader. As they come to catch the pace car. Who's going to pit? Who's not going to pit? That should be the question. As we got guys on different strategies. Guys that come in about 3-lap increment differences. Chase Johnson, as we see right here, we ride along with the Greer, South Carolina native. Has put on a clinic here in the last 10 or so laps before that caution. Has brought himself up for being a lap down 2 cautions ago. When he started the green flag pit stops and was caught a lap down. Has found his way back up here, but Nicholas Maynard will be the leader. Let's see if he brings them down pit road here. It looks like he will. Nicholas Maynard, James Fountain. James Fountain will pull back onto the right side of the racetrack. Alfonso Claudio as well. Kevin Tankos slammed on the brake. Not to get a penalty on pit road. That was close. Chase Johnson will pull into his box as well. We'll look with Kevin Tankos and Chase Johnson here as they pull into pit road. See if we can't get a better angle. So you see the Nicholas Maynard and his crew putting 4 tires on. George Stetson still getting damage fixed from the wreck. That was a massive shot that he took off the right, the left quarter panel of Bobby Kyle. Excuse me, Bobby Kyle. There he is sitting in pit road. His day will be done. Showtime Chase Johnson come off was like 6th on the leaderboard. James Fountain stays out. Alfonso Claudio follows him. Corey Tesner stays out as well. Corey Riptide Tesner trying to make something shake. It's been a long day for him. Battling in the mid-pack. Guys putting bumpers to people. He's putting bumpers to people, but he's found himself here with possibly a shot if he can just put it all together. Corey Riptide Tesner stays out. So it looks like the top 3 stays out on no tires. Everett Larson will be the first one on some sort of fresh tires. Looks like he took 2 tires is what the pit thing is telling me here. See if we can't pull it up here. There it is right there. That was who gained and who lost. Position-wise, Everett Larson will be on 2 tires. Nicholas Maynard, the kid, the 22-year-old, was the leader, brought him down pit road. Comes back out in the 5th place spot. See what he can do here. I just spoke with the admin. There is 2 overtimes to this race tonight. So if we need it, we'll have it. Just like if you need iRacing content, you have it right here on the MRL Xfinity Series, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If you're in here and like what you see, go ahead and press that like button. Press that follow button. Give us a follow. Free to join iRacing League. Free to race, free to join. We'll take anybody. If you want to see yourself out here, go ahead and send us a DM. We'll get you signed up. As James Fountain is your leader with 23 laps to go here in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 in Nashville. As they'll come to the choose, we'll be right back. As we pause for station identification there, we are back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You're looking in at 22 laps left of the MRL Xfinity Series, NapDaddyRacing.com 200. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina is your race leader. Trying to lock himself into the MRL Xfinity Series playoffs. If he can find a way to close it out right here, he took no tires, and neither did the guy on the outside of him tonight's race leading dominator, Alfonso Claudio, who's led about 30 or 40 solo laps, adding points to his total score. Corey Tesner didn't take them either, and Everett Larson is on 2. Nicholas Maynard, the previous race leader, is on 4 fresh tires as they bring them to the green here. Now let's see what Alfonso Claudio can do. Can he get back out front and try to win his 2nd race of the season and lock himself into the MRL Xfinity Series playoffs? Everett Larson will put the pedal down on the outside of the racetrack. He'll pull up to the back bumper of the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio. Chase Johnson 3 wide at Nashville. Chase Johnson will think better. Everett Larson is soaring in the front part of the racetrack on them 2 tires. Corey Tesler will keep it to the bottom side of the racetrack inside of Alfonso Claudio. Nicholas Maynard puts the bumper to the 8 car of Corey Tesler. Oh, the number 85 of Alfonso Claudio gets loose. Corey Tesler hits him. Nicholas Maynard is going to power up and drive right by him off the corner 2. Nicholas Maynard on 4 fresh tires. It's got clean air. Can he run down the front pack and try to confirm and win himself and lock himself into the MRL Xfinity Series playoffs here at Nashville Super Speedway? 20 laps to go. Can he do it? Showtime Chase Johnson has ripped it into another gear here. He has found something off turn 2. Sean Williams right behind Chase Johnson trying to run him down. Showtime Chase Johnson Again, able to keep it to the bottom side of the racetrack. Look at that peel. He's going to get a run. Chase Johnson is on the move. Will he have time to get there? Nicholas Maynard on the inside. Everett Larson is the power back on the outside of the racetrack. That's the race leader. Nicholas Maynard is making a pass for the race lead. Can he do it? The kid, Nicholas Maynard, on the inside of the 07 of Everett Larson off turn 4, down the front stretch to the line. 17 laps to go. Nicholas Maynard continues to hold on the bottom side of the racetrack. Where did Chase Johnson come from? Chase Johnson in third place, battling hard on the inside. Chase Johnson will stay to the outside. There's contact made in turn 3. Nicholas Maynard and Everett Larson battling out here at Nashville Super Speedway, giving it everything they got. 16 laps to go. Chase Johnson trying to make his work on the bottom side of the racetrack as he'll slide in front of the 07. Nicholas Maynard continues to lead here. 16 laps to go. He's drove from 10th place spot up to the 3rd place spot, back to 5th, and now he's in the lead again. Chase Johnson all over the ass end of him, trying to run him down from Greer, South Carolina. The Carolina boys battling out here in Nashville. As we take a look back here in the back half of the pack, James Fountain's race car has continued to suffer after not taking any kind of tires. The 10 car get into the door of the 09. James Fountain will throw the block on the 10. The 10 will look on the inside again, but he'll think better of it. James Fountain will stay in the middle part of the racetrack and let the 10 car goes on by. He's probably regretting his decision not to take tires, praying and hoping for a caution. 15 laps left to go at Nashville. .09 of Sean Stamper gonna lay it across the front nose of the 24 of James Fountain. They're door-to-door. Poncho McDowell down the back straightaway. Sean Williams, Tankos, Everett Larson, and Chase Showtime Johnson battling out for the 2nd place spot, trying to go catch the leader, Nicholas Maynard. They're side by side, diving into turn 1. Chase Johnson puts it on the door of the 07. There's a little contact made. The 07 gets a little loose. Chase Johnson will drive right by him down the back straightaway. Everett Larson on 2 tires is trying to give it everything he's got, but these guys on 4 have just surpassed him. Fighting for his life, the number 4 car of Kevin Tanko's in 3rd. He wants to try win 4th spot. He wants to try to get himself locked into the MRL playoffs. Driving his ass off tonight, Hawthorne, New Jersey, stand up. Kevin Tanko's on the inside. Kevin Tankos looks on the inside of Everett Larson. Will he stick to the quarter panel? He'll think better of it. Everett Larson gets a little loose out of the groove. Chase Johnson has ran down the leader, Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard, if he wants to lock himself in, he better run for his life. 11 laps to go at Nashville. Chase Johnson pulls to the right rear quarter panel of the kid, Nicholas Maynard. Fighting for the race lead. 10 laps to go. Coming to 10 laps to go at Nashville. Nicholas Maynard will clear him off turn 2. These 2 guys going back and forth, exchanging the lead late here, trying to lock themselves in. We have 2 non-winners, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Showtime Chase Johnson trying to put on a show and run down the kid Nicholas Maynard. 10 laps remain in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200. Nicholas Maynard continues to be out front, trying to baby it home and save a little bit of something. Chase Johnson bleaks in, bleaks out. He'll be right back in the 2nd place spot, trying to put something together. 9 laps to go in Nashville Super Speedway. Everett Larson on his 2-tire call might have come back to bite him and cost him a 2nd place spot as well. As The top two guys are on 4, Everett Larson on 2, and everybody else is just trying to come. Kevin Tanko's in 4th place spot. He'll look to the inside of the 07 of Everett Larson, and Larson will close the door. We'll take a look back here. Tony Cook and Carter Jackson going back and forth with each other. Tony Cook has come from the back of the pack to find himself running the 6th place spot. Remember, guys, top 5 payout points, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10, and every lap led is 1 point added to your total score. We've seen a bunch of action-packed racing here tonight. It's Chase Showtime Johnson has let Nicholas Maynard expand his lead over him. Kevin Tanko all over the back bumper for the 2nd place spot. Nicholas Maynard brings him 7 laps to go in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 at the Nashville Super Speedway, trying to lock himself into the MRL playoffs. After getting 2 laps 2 weeks ago at Las Vegas on the racetrack, he finds himself out front late. Can he throw it together and get it stay caution free? 22-year-old iRacer from Welford, South Carolina, out front, begging for 6 more laps of green flag racing. Chase Johnson is under attack again. Chase Johnson has Kevin Tanko's all over his ass end of his race car. Kevin Tanko's with one of the best races that he's had so far in the MRL season. Will he make a move down into turn 3? Chase Johnson closes the door, will gas up off the corner, but he better do something quick if he's going to run down the race leader, Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard, 5 to go here in Nashville. Kevin Tanko's continuing to battle hard on the outside. Can he get a run to the top side of the racetrack? He's on the outside of Showtime. Chase Johnson diving into turn 3. Kevin Tanko's will put the power down and drive right by the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson. Can he clear him? Showtime Chase Johnson refuses to give up the 2nd place spot, but this is going to cost him time to the leader of Nicholas Maynard, who continues to pull away up to a 1.5 second lead over the 2nd place driver, Chase Johnson. Nicholas Maynard out front, 4 laps to go in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200. Everett Larson continues to lose another spot to the 25 of Sean Williams. Regretting that 2-tire stop that he took, Sean Williams putting together one of his best performances of the night. If he can stay where he's at, he'll score some points for his season. As Tony Cook will look to the inside of the 07 of Everett Larson, and he wants to try to score some points. As Nicholas Maynard comes off turn 4, it'll be 2 laps left in the MRL Xfinity Series, NapDaddyRacing.com 200. Can they keep it green? Nicholas Maynard is praying for just that as he comes off turn 2, nice and easy. The kid, Nicholas Maynard, started in the 10th place spot. Drove up to the 3rd place spot after a great pit call from his crew chief. And he is sailing it off to turn 3. Kevin Tanko's all over the back bumper of Chase Johnson. White flag is in the air, sponsored by NapDaddyRacing.com. Nicholas Maynard is your leader into turn 1. Off turn 2, the 02 Toyota Booty Scooter Racing Supra of Nicholas Maynard. Down the back stretch for the final time, diving into turn 3. Welford, South Carolina, stand up. The kid, Nicholas Maynard, has locked himself into the MRL Xfinity Series playoffs with a win here in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 at Nashville Super Speedway. Nicholas Maynard comes with 30 laps left on 4 tires to pull away by 2.3 seconds and win the race, locking himself in, make that a 147 on the wins. One of the league admins is in tears on the backstretch, crying in his race cars as Kevin Tankos in the 4 will pull up to the back bumpers and say thanks, and so will the 25 of Sean Williams and Chase Showtime Johnson, who fought hard here late, but will go home in the second place spot, trying again in the next 2 weeks when these Xfinity cars take on Atlanta Motor Speedway. But first, I'll have to celebrate Nicholas Maynard, the kid, and he becomes the 3rd winner of the Xfinity Series in the MRL Madness Racing League to lock himself in to the playoff. He is the 3rd driver behind John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman who did not make it to the racetrack tonight. Alfonso Claudio with his race win at Vegas 2 weeks ago, and now the kid Nicholas Maynard in tears as he turns his race car around for his traditional wave and salute to the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, the kid Nicholas Maynard wins at Nashville Superspeedway. A hard-fought battle from these guys tonight. Everybody gave it their all. Showtime Chase Johnson was in second place as Nicholas Maynard drives around. We'll throw up the race results here for tonight's results. Nicholas Maynard, the kid, is your winner. Chase Showtime Johnson and Chase Johnson Racing finish out in the second place spot. Kevin Tankos in 3rd. Sean Williams in 4th. And Tony Cook in 5th will come back as Nicholas Maynard looks like he's going to burn it down for you guys here on TikTok. See what Nicholas Maynard has in the bag after he wins the DapDaddyRacing.com 200. Just a beautiful job done here by the 02 group and Maynard Motors Booty Scoot Racing Machine of Nicholas Maynard. Giving it everything he got, comes away with the win after a great pit strategy. Drove his absolute ass off, pulls away from Showtime Chase Johnson. We'll pull up the results here for one final time here tonight. As Nicholas the Kid Maynard Booty Scoot Racing wins here in the NapDaddyRacing.com 200 MRL Xfinity Series. Showtime Chase Johnson Racing finishes in the second place spot. Kevin Tankos in the third place spot. Sean Williams in the E&S Motorsports team finished out in the fourth place spot. The Home Run Cafe Racing Tony Cook finishes out in the fifth place spot. Everett Larson and his two tires bold strategy stop kind of played in to effect a little bit as he got up there to the front spot, but just burned him off kind of late there. Couldn't come and prevail back to the sixth place spot. Carter Jackson making his MRL Xfinity debut tonight. And the 10 car rounds out in the 7th place spot for Rising Sun Racing. Sean Stemper and SSE Racing in the 09 machine battles back for a top 10 position, finishing in the 8th place spot. Poncho McDowell in the 9th place spot, his number 69 Poncho Racing Machine. Make sure you get at him on TikTok for your paint schemes. Alfonso Claudio and the number 85 Me Racing Machine. Dominated tonight's race, really is all I can really say about Alfonso. But finds himself finishing in the 10th place spot after a little contact with Riptide Corey Tesner. James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina, tries to make it bold on the final pit stop that would have been for the night and stays out, hoping for another caution or an overtime of some sort. And he'll have to finish for an 11th place spot tonight. Corey Tesner finishing in the 12th place spot. Nick Crawford and his Montmini 48 Motorsports Machine will finish in the 13th spot. Bobby Kyle involved in 2 accidents tonight. One that ended his night late with George Stetson, and they'll round out the 14th and 15th spot. Connell Bolton fought hard early tonight, folks, in the second place spot, trying to fight Alfonso Claudio and run him down, but just couldn't quite get there. He was spun out earlier tonight and wrecked and ended his night earlier, head on into the wall. And Jacob Tankos finishes in the final spot with engine problems. He was not able to start tonight's race. But ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here for the MRL Xfinity Series, www.napdaddyracing.com 200 at Nashville Super Speedway, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Network. Make sure you go check out www.napdaddyracing.com. Use code MADNESS for 50% off your order for free paint. For your paint schemes, paint numbers, liveries, patterns, you name it. Go check them out right now. Tell them Nicholas Maynard and the Kid and Chase Johnson, Showtime, and Kevin Tankos and their thrilling performance here at the Nashville Super Speedway sent you there, and that's why you're there. Tell them what you've seen tonight cannot be topped. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If you like what you see, hit that follow button, hit that like button. We'll be back again Wednesday night with the Topside Racing Dirt Super Late models for the first time ever on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You guys have a good night.